And welcome to the latest episode of Mostly Satisfactory. The series up to this point has been me working my way through the tutorial and the opening content to learn about it, figure out how this game works, have fun, make plenty of mistakes in the public eye. But it also happened to coincide with the FICSMAS in-game event. And as a result, I've been working through that too, and slowly warming up to it. In fact, the past couple episodes, I really started to dig the whole FICSMAS event, which is why I was shocked to come to a crashing halt in the last episode, because I've taken the advancement of my of the festival as far as I can with my current technology. I can still collect stuff and I can still make stuff I already know how to make, but I can't advance further on the tree because that will require processing or equipment I've not yet discovered yet. So, with that said, FICSMAS is kind of taking a back seat. I will finish up this advent calendar here. Because I'm sure that's going to go away, but
since the human olfactory system is closely linked to memory, FICSIT created scented build gun trinkets to remind pioneers of specific concepts. This scent is the concept of caring about your family on Earth, which I'm sure will have no effect on you.
So we'll finish this because I'm pretty sure the calendar will go away at the end of the event.
Turning explosives into a recreational activity is exactly the kind of attitude that led humanity to its doom. By all means, have fun. I certainly will, now that we are finally close to the end of this event.
So, but I'm suspecting, projecting, prognosticating that the content, with the exception of presents falling out of the air, will still persist if I care for it to. So I don't think we're completely done, but I do want to explore some of this stuff. A candy cane basher, and it has a damage of like 3 and damage 1. Damage 3. I don't know if that's 3 times the damage, or I don't know, but I'm going on a limb here and saying that it's a lot more a lot more effective than what I got. And the Xeno Sapper is not. I mean, I can make this. I can make another one, and I could get this candy cane basher. So there. I mean, they better not take that away from me at the end of the event. Anyway, as I was saying, there is the FICSMAS event, and I'm kind of stuck in my progression. But as you can see, like with the candy cane basher, there's still stuff I can do. But the focus will be moving on with the main progression, and a key step to that, I think, is now starting to inch my way toward the name of the game, right? The full automation model. And that means, this kind of like, sticking things out in the bushes here and there, wherever they'll fit, and, running production that way. That's got to go bye-bye. So what that means, or at least what I think it means, is we need to build a proper base, cleaner lines, better spacing, better planning. We now have the ability to make foundations, and I think the foundations are a key factor in all of that. So what I'm going to be doing is basically rebuilding the base with an eye toward setting things up for more complete automation. So Another thing, just checking what this stuff actually uses. Another thing that I want to do is, in the last episode we found a doggo, and I tried to tame the doggo, and that failed horribly. I tried berries, I tried nuts, I even tried animal protein, and none of that worked. So I basically looked it up online, and now I know what I did wrong. Berries are the key, but you can't have it in your hand. You've got to drop it on the ground, and etc., etc., etc. But it also turns out that doggos aren't just purely emotional candy. They are they can sometimes find stuff, useful stuff. So that's worthwhile. And so I'm going to basically, if we encounter the doggo this time, I'm going to try to tame him using my newfound knowledge and bring him into the base, and that'll be kind of neat too, because who doesn't like a dog? So the key to this base restructure is, first of all, I'm going to need some space to build the base, or I lose space. Oh my goodness. So what I want to do is find a place to set the foundations, and that will be the template from which the rest of the base is built. And when I say set the foundations, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to kind of give a more level and uniform surface on which to build, right? So the problem with that is this part is relatively level, but I got these big rocks in the middle of it, right? So I'm gonna need to elevate the foundation slightly above the rocks so that they're not a problem, and then work from there. It's tricky because there are things in this game that you can, when you go to place an object, clipping is not a problem whatsoever. And then there's things in this game where clipping is kind of a problem, and then there's things in this game where clipping is just an absolute no-no. So it kind of makes it hard to figure out where. But you can see, I don't want to use a 4-meter foundation, which will definitely go over the rocks. But then, besides the fact they're expensive, they stick up too high. But I didn't know I could do that. So here, I'm going to raise this 2-meter foundation just above the level of the rocks. And now that's kind of like my line in the sand right there. Okay. Now you can see everything's yellow because I'm clipping structures. So I'm going to have to wipe a lot of this stuff out, but I got to do it after this thing finishes its candy canes. And we're almost there. So, Candy Cane Basher. Now, you remember, if you've watched previous episodes of the series, I had my doubts about the effectiveness of the Xeno Zapper. And, we just saw a second ago that it's got a, it, in relative terms, it's got 1 bar of damage versus this Candy Cane Basher I want to make, which is going to have 3 bars of damage. And it looks like 5 bars is max. So, you know, we go from a weapon that gives me 20% damage to a weapon that gives me 60% damage, over halfway to the game max. Well, I'm excited about that. And, did I just do that wrong? Anyway, so we want to grab all the bits we can before everything goes dark. While we're gonna have to take apart the hub, and that means my source of energy for my operation up to this point will have to go bye-bye. I did do it wrong. My inventory is crazy full. So that's how I feel, but that's not what I meant to do. Okay, let's get all this weird stuff into the footlocker. Okay. Now we can, for the foundations, they use iron plates and concrete. So I need a bunch of both. I have a fair amount of concrete. Concrete is definitely a constricting factor in this thing. If you need a lot of it, well, you just need to stock up ahead of time, or wait for it to catch up to what you need. Okay, I basically want to center the hub where it is now, so that part doesn't change. Okay, this will basically shut the whole base down. And now we can build the foundations. I think that's enough to build the hub. Enough surface to build the hub. Might be wrong. I don't know. I'm still playing this by ear. Yeah, it's blue, so it's enough. I want to make sure I turn it to the same orientation I had it before. How? Huh. And that's not right. Okay, that's the right orientation. Get it as close to me as I can without it freaking out that I'm here. Okay. So that part's correct. And I've learned that building is a lot easier when you're looking down onto the grid here. Okay. To build a little lip So then the next thing we want to do is to go and restore our the equipment workshop and the MAM. That's the core of my base. And I like having them kind of like this, open to each other. We'll walk away down the middle. One thing that kind of aggravates me is they say, hey, you know, build the foundations and then everything snaps into clean lines so that they're easy to line up. But you can see here that I can't get my MAM to exactly line up with my workshop. So that's kind of annoying. I mean, for your average, normal, fully functional person, it's not a big deal. But for me, you know, with this obsessive compulsive thing, it just bugs the living snot out of me. So I'm going to need some more concrete. And yes, the concrete production is, well, dead in the water at the moment. It was operating right up to I turned off the power. So there's some concrete in here. And that's enough for now. And oops. Double oops. There we go. So want to set this. So now I can hook everything back up. This so at this point we're not necessarily in better shape than we were before. There's nothing that I'm doing now that I didn't have the capacity for before, but it's certainly cleaner and more structured, and is a good starting point from which to press on. I will say that the my power line schematic now probably doesn't look so crazy, but a little cleaner. Nice. Okay. So what's the deal here? I need pretty much everything's up wire, but now I just need lots of concrete and a few rods. But we took out our constructor. So maybe for now, I mean, we had a constructor just out there, but for now I can rebuild the constructor here and feed it directly from the smelter, like so. That seems to work. Just needs some juice, and it needs to be configured. Let's make those rods. Okay. And now we can kind of suck up the presents that have been, or the gifts. Wow, twofer. And I just realized as I'm running far away from my base, grabbing gifts out in the middle of nowhere, I'm still running around with that Xeno Zapper. I have everything I need to make that candy cane basher, but I didn't do it. Just got too wrapped up in the excitement of the moment. But okay. Okay. Looking for presents still. And stuff. Stock up on these, and while they're still here. Okay. I didn't mean to grab that bush, but okay. Huh. Kind of got the floating base vibe. We'll fix that in time. I got berries, so now it's time to see if I can find the doggo. See if he's still out here, or she's out here, or it's out here. They're out there. And yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you there. And try, let's just see how accurate that information is on the web, because you know it's the web. You can't necessarily believe everything you read. Plus there's the fact that there's a lot of information on Satisfactory out there, but some of it predates the 1.0 release, and so it's a little stale. I learned that because I was going to try to build a flow chart of the stuff I need to create so I could plan out the base, and then I realized that, hey, I should go online, that somebody's already done this, and they had. So I grabbed some of their stuff and I was all excited, and I started trying to integrate that and use that, and then realized it's missing things because it's a little older. So I said, huh, is that it? No, that's a rock. It's Iraq or Iran or Pakistan. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I haven't really seen much of this guy for a while. Wow, they are falling fast and furious. So, I guess the doggo despawned. Didn't know they could. Oh! He was going for that gift just like I was. One thing it cautioned me is to make sure that I split my stack, because he'll happily eat more than one. And if one doesn't work, then you're kind of out of luck. So now we need to get him to pay attention to us. It's kind of got like a shrimp tail. Move over to his side, get his attention. Okay, there we go. Got his attention. Now we drop this on the ground, like so. And okay, that's another one of those. That wasn't promising. Let's try this. Empty-handed. I come in peace. Take me to your leader. So I got to get his attention again. For somebody who's so skittery, skittish. Sure to seem to be unaware of his surroundings. Oh, this is different. Okay, we're in. And I will call him Gus. My dog Gus. Because he's a Gus. Come on, Gus. Just out walking the dog. On a virtual walk with my virtual dog. You know, we have pets in our family, but we have only fish. And the whole reason we have only fish is from a very early age, my kids were just bugging the snot out of us to have pets. And they wanted everything. I mean, they wanted cats, they wanted dogs, they wanted bald eagles, they wanted the whole shebang. And of course, they were young. This is about, well, I mean, it started when they were like 3 or 4. Oh, where's my dog? Okay. And then about kindergarten, it got pretty bad. So I'm like, okay, here's the deal. You can have pets, but you're going to have to prove that you're capable of taking care of them. You're going to have to earn them, basically. And I said, what we'll do is we'll start with fish, right? Can you jump up here? Can you jump? Walking backwards and backwards and backwards, that kind of implies no. Unless he's getting ready to make a huge running start. Anyway, told the kids we're going to start with fish. Because, you know, I enjoy keeping fish. I used to keep fish before I was married. So I said, well, let's do the fish thing. And everyone was excited about that. But the rules were this. If we get the fish, they need to take care of the fish. They need to feed the fish. They need to clean the tank. They need to, you know, monitor the conditions. And they need basically do everything to keep the fish alive. And if they do that for an entire school year, then for the next school year, we can upgrade the fish to, like, say, turtles. And if they do the same thing with the turtles for a year, then we can upgrade to, like, maybe a hamster or a rat. And then eventually work our way up to cats and dogs. And with that in mind, it's now been 11 years and we still have fish. And I'm the one taking care of them, which I don't mind. Like, right, starting with fish, I like fish. They're relatively low maintenance. So, okay, that feels good. That feels powerful. It's you know, well, I mean, King Arthur had Excalibur. This is like Excalicane. So, yeah, I'm not quite ready to go out experimenting with it, but I certainly feel better. It has a more satisfying crunch, I'll tell you that. I guess the dog's not following me. Okay. So, we can move this stuff back up to the proper base. And there we go. I think the place to keep this, essentially the equivalent of my junk drawer, would be, yeah, it is. It's over here by the ma'am and the workshop. So this will be the Christmas junk drawer. Hey there, big fella. I'm tempted, but not tempted enough. How about that? Thought there was something in there. Huh. Okay. So this will be the non-Christmas junk drawer. Because, you know, everybody has a junk drawer in their house, usually in the kitchen, that gets so full of crud and weird stuff that you probably have a hard time shutting it half the time. Okay, that's all usable stuff. Where'd the dog go? Can you whistle for him? Okay. So there's nothing fancy about a splitter in terms of when I need to build one. Where did the dog go? So let's just move the iron plates. We're gonna need another expansion of the foundations here, I think. So I have some room to expand into. And now we just need a bunch of concrete. And that's a bunch of concrete right there. There's the dog. Hey, Gus. See if he's found anything. Come here, Gus. There you go. Look alive. Come on, Gus. Hustle up. There we go. Okay. I wish I could put a door on the living quarters, and I could keep him in there. I'm assuming he doesn't poop. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I will want to move the constructor and possibly the smelter up here where I can cleanly set up the constructor, the smelter to feed two constructors, right? So I think I'm going to need a little more space though, and I think part of the problem is that the current machines are located, where I kind of need this space, I think. Gus makes all sorts of rude little noises. So, I think we'll get along just fine, because I do too. So, we'll leave this as our ramp to get up. Let's see. That's a bit much, I think. These concrete bales flying out of the sky. Okay. Haven't seen that before. This should help keep Gus in one place, I think. Might wind up keeping me in one place, but... Okay. Okay. It's actually starting to look like a proper base or installation. Hey there, Gus. Let's see if he comes out of here. Hey, Gus. Nope. Okay. So that worked so far. Okay. Picking up presents is a bit of a milk run here. Huh. Could have swore I saw a whole bunch out here just a few minutes ago. Oh. I'm not normally one to pick fights, but I want to see what Excalibane can do here, so... Well... if it was 3 times more powerful, that should have taken care of it. Ooh, ouchie, mama. Okay. So, Excalibane is not quite as uber as I thought it was, but... or it doesn't seem to be, but it... I do like it better than the Zapper, so hopefully they don't take it away from me at the end of the event. I've grown accustomed to it. It's certainly more satisfying than the Zapper. There's a slug up there. Okay. Up. Yeah, I already know what this thing does. My act of defiance. So take that. You're just lucky you're down there and I'm up here. Ah. Presence in the gas cloud. Obviously this is poisonous gas, but how close can I get? And how poisonous is this gas? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay. It's very poisonous and you can't get very close. Well, I don't have to put my hand on the stove twice to learn that fire's hot. Probably go wash my suit, get this weird gassy smell out of it. It's not the only thing I gotta wash out of it. Ah. Gus, what are you doing here? Is there a squirrel or something over here? Just a little more concrete, and since I've been running around, There should be more than enough concrete over here. Holy, see, this is what I'm talking about. When I look out this way, I see tons of Christmas presents. And then when I'm out there in the field actually trying to pick them up, they don't seem as plentiful. There's some kind of sneaky line of sight thing or something, right? If you're at your hub, you can see like 90% of the presents. And if you're not on the hub, then, well, you're just SOL. What are you doing here? Launch. Did it do that fist before?
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows FICSIT to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards in currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the Awesome Resource Sink will grant FICSIT coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Cosmetics? I assume they're talking about like cosmetic content and not like blush or rouge. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. We can set a couple constructors up over here next to each other, and then using a splitter I could feed both of them out of one smelter. That's the plan, at least. See. There we go. Think that'll work. And line up the other one next to it. Okay. I think I need the extra space where the current smelter and constructor are, so I probably need to take those apart, build foundations, and then reset them up here. That's what I'm thinking. Can I do it without moving the smelter? We can try. Yeah. Oh, too far. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so yeah, to get it between those two constructors, I really do need to move it. I do need to expand my deck. Creatures in the way. But Gus, you, dog, move. So let's do this. Missing material. Oh. Whee. Okay. So let's finish this. And we can move the walls. Okay, now I have enough room for this stuff. Can I hook up this the smelter from here? There's that thing that lets me jump levels. This thing. Well, that doesn't do me any good. I don't want to feed the smelter from the smelter. That doesn't seem to be right. So I guess the smelter's got to move too. I really do need to kind of fill in under here a bit. Not make it so suspended. Yeah, like that. Looks better. I need to do it all the way around, but for now, just the corners, or a couple corners. That doesn't look like that looks like it. There you go. Okay. So I'm probably... Buddy, move. Oh! I forgot. I need them Gus. Gus, move. You gonna follow me? You want to go someplace? You are hard to push, I'll tell you that. I need this space, kiddo. So, if I want to put something right between them, like this, it's got to be a little off from the foundation seam. And this is in the way. Can I move it here? It shows yellow. Well, yellow's not green, but it's not red either, so I'll take that. Okay. So I can now pop this puppy in. Can you move, please? Do you just need more petting? Do I need to feed you? Okay, let's try feeding you. No, I moved this stuff. Nope, that's the Christmas one. This is the one I want. Okay. I need you to move. Can you move over here? There you go. Fresh berry. Berry. It's very ugly. It looks like pink brains. Hey, over here. Oh. Luckily, my extensive years as a parent have prepared me for situations like this. Which is, well, one of the advantages I have as a parent is I could always just kind of push stuff off on my spouse. Don't have that advantage here. Can I move them with this hand? Can I pick them up? No. Okay. Maybe I can do this without moving Gus. I need to say Gus a lot more because otherwise I keep calling him Buddy. Buddy was the name of my dog that I had in Stardew Valley for like ever. Okay. So there's the smelter. Let's get that splitter. And turn it around like so. See if I can save some space moving it closer. Will that work? Let's see. If I go to... If I push this... I think Gus is in the way, but... See if I can maybe get around him. He's in the way there? He's barely in the way. Come on. Okay, let's squeak it over there close to the wall. Let's connect this stuff. So if I run a conveyor here, that's easy enough. And from here, that's easy enough. Yeah. Ugh, I don't like the weird angle. Can I do it from here? Oh. Oh, I see. I can only right now. Okay, we've got the pylon thing. Let's do this. So now, no, yes. See if I can get it to work like that. Still a little weird, but cleaner, I think. Now, let's take this down. Let's see. Really? You have all that distance and you can't make it work? So let's do the pylon trick again. And now let's see if I can, nope. Yes. And then from there to here. Can I put the wall back? I mean, my dog's not going anywhere apparently, but I would, you know. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So let's make it smelt iron, and it's doing its thing. And this needs power, but this power connection's already maxed, so I need a new power pole. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. So let's put one back here for these two to share. And we'll connect to that one. And then I can connect these two. like so. And then they're making plates. And they're making rods. All without any input from me. And my dog is just watching it all happen. Power seems to be doing well, right? I think my max is it 35? I thought it was 40, but either way, I'm under it. So there we go. I'm now producing concrete automatically. I'm producing iron rods and iron plates automatically. The only thing I'm not doing automatically yet is making copper wire. I think I got room here. I need a couple of well, I guess I need space. Says it's all lined up. And I need not the power. I gotta get off of this platform to configure this thing. Yep, figures. There you go. Now it just needs power. And there we go. So all the stuff I've been doing manually up to this point is now automated. Well, except for reinforced plates, but you only need to make a couple of those at a time. So, or it spoke too soon. This one will require 50 reinforced plates. Okay, but it's still not such a pain in the butt because reinforced plates use screws and plates, and I'm able to make rods and plates automatically, right? So I'm actually in pretty good shape. Better shape than I would have been before this episode. So let's just grab all the stuff that's being worked on or being produced. Man, still there. I think he's apparently glitched. Not going anywhere. You think you're funny, don't you? Oh, what's this? More stuff I don't know what to do with. I'll put it in the junk drawer for later, which is over here. Got a lot of iron ore. So I just need to be making reinforced plates. I got a lot of iron ore, and I have a lot of iron ingots, so we can do that. It's a good start. Very good start. So I'm trying to see if I can open this up to, like, if there's some type of filtering mechanism, and there isn't. I can't reach it from here. Still have a lot of iron ingots. But I'm already spoiled, right? It's just so much easier to grab completed stuff from a machine. Cut out a step or two or three. I'm succumbing to the allure of automation. Well, let's be honest. I heard the sirens call even before now because that's why I bought the game, right? So these reinforced iron plates, there's really nothing difficult or even expensive about them except time, right? You get something that's fairly plain and straightforward, but you need to use several steps and lots of parts to get to that. So I think reinforced iron plates are kind of like the ultimate tool of the developers to add pain to the manual game. And I'm feeling the pain right now. Geez. Oh, geez. I was looking at the time. Okay. Oh, it's so easy to get carried away in games like this. Back in the day, I mean, that was the hook, the danger with the original Railroad Tycoon. It was on a Saturday. I was in a computer store in Newbury in the United Kingdom. I saw Railroad Tycoon for the Amiga, and I said, "Oh, okay. Well, let me get this game." And I bought it and went back to the dorm, and it was like 2 in the afternoon, and I started playing it. And I'd been playing for a while. I knew I'd been playing for a while. So, and I got up, and I noticed it was dark outside, and it was really quiet in the dorm. And it turned out it was 4 in the morning. So, I basically had played for like almost 14 hours straight with only some quick bathroom breaks, and I just completely lost track of time. So here it is 35 years later, and I'm still subject to that whole immersion mechanic, right? I just totally get into this. I'm off in a new world, literally. And I suspect you're somewhat the same way, because that's why you're watching these types of videos, right? You can get sucked down the rabbit hole just as easily as the rest of us, and sometimes it's interesting to see somebody else fall down that rabbit hole and see where they wind up. So, well, thank you for joining me. We're all in this together, so to speak. Except my dog Gus, who is apparently just doing his own thing. Much like, well, I think W.C. Fields put it best. Never work with children and animals. And, that's why. Part of the reason why. Okay. So, we're not radically further along than we were before in terms of capability, but we are further along in that now I'm automating more stuff than I was before, and it's no longer a bunch of structures out in the bushes, but rather the beginnings of a structured and deliberate base. So, if you're a fan of What About Bob, baby steps. Baby steps. If you haven't seen the movie, then you can think of this as one small step for a man, not me, and it's not really much of anything for mankind, but certainly a big or a small step for me. So, step in the right direction, and that's good. I don't know if I need a bunch of these reinforced plates, and it's time. So I probably can't afford to stay on here and get this done, because like I said, these reinforced plates are kind of a hassle on purpose, right? So now we're just slightly over halfway. So let's take a look at my kingdom as I hold aloft Excalibane or Calicane and survey all the presents I didn't pick up. But this is good. This is good. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was useful, interesting, or just generally worth your time. I had a lot of fun. And I hope that until next time, this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.